Welcome, everyone. We are live. It is a glorious Monday. Here we are again with a glorious Monday. A little bit as usual is right next to me. Somebody asked, what situation can I use with the law? That was their question. What situation can I use with the law? So I will answer that question in this fashion. All situations bend to law. There's no situation outside of the law. Now, when you start telling me that you want to grow wings, I'm like, well, you're not avian. Avians have a pattern. They have wings. Some of them are flightless, and some of them fly everywhere. Some of them fly for short distances, but all avians fall under that category, and they have those wings. Humans do not. Humanity has a pattern, right? So let's clear that up right away, shall we? Good. Let's get that out of there. Because when I tell you every situation, I know some people. I've dealt with some of those questions before. Yeah, but Angela, you said the law works for everything. It's not going to break its own pattern. It's not going to break its own pattern, y'all. Because it can't, right? So, if you can bring to mind your situation this morning, you know what it is. I don't need to know what it is. You need to know what it is. And when you see your situation, clearly you can see it. It makes you feel how? See, naturally there's a feeling, is it not? The situation, whenever you think of it, has a particular feeling attached. You have associated this situation with a feeling, with a mood. You've correlated them. You say, every time that this happens, I'm going to feel this way. That's what we all do. So, what is that situation? And you'll notice the situation will sometimes make you complain, depending on what the situation is. Some situations call for happiness and joy and rejoicing. Some situations make you want to cry. Some situations make you want to rock in the corner. Every situation has its own expression and how you relate to that expression. So, what is it? It doesn't matter what it is. Because if you pay attention to the pattern, you will see that every time you stop and you think about it, you automatically slip into a mood. I caught my son biting his fingers yesterday because last week he said to me, yeah, Mom, I stopped. And I said, oh, your hands are in your mouth. He goes, ah, shoot. He goes, Mom, you know, when you're really relaxed, your brain just takes you right back, you know? And he's absolutely correct. He's got a neurological pathway for biting those fingers. So anytime he gets in a real relaxed state, you'll go back and do what you've always done, and you won't even see that you're doing it. You see the situation? All situations present themselves the same way. Yeah, but I don't get along with this person. Oh, I don't get along with that person. All situations bend to law. I told you last week, if you pay attention to what you are doing, you will see your pattern and you will understand why you do it. And when you understand why you do it, that's the biggest part of your change right there. Does that make sense? So now put your situation in perspective. Put your situation in perspective. I went somewhere yesterday and, the line. And I said, is this the only line? So the family in front of me said, well, yeah, it is. And so the line is behind us. And I was like, I can clearly see the line is behind you. I said, I don't need to be served. I just want to go get what I'm getting and pay and go. Well, you have to wait like everybody else. Whew. And you know a girl was mad. I'm like, what kind of backwater, you know what? And that situation, I was mad. Because I'm like, now I got to wait for all of y'all to choose what you want. Oh, no, I don't want that one. I want this one. You see the situation? Okay, good. Now, I got what eventually I came through the line, I paid. I got in my car and I had a whole conversation with that heifer. I had a whole conversation. I told her what I thought. I had a whole conversation. You see what we do? And so Neville Goddard said something interesting. He said, when you want to change from one thing to another, you have to love that new thing more than the old thing. The reason being, so that when you start having these mental conversations, the situation that you want is much more enticing for you. So you'll stay in that new place and have a new type of conversation instead of, careful, there'll be no singing around here just yet, baby. Not yet. That light is bright. I'm sorry. When you love who you want to become more than you love what you presently are, you won't have to fret about your inner conversations because you will be having them naturally. And the more you have that inner conversation, you are laying the foundation of your change. Remember what my son said to me, oh, Mom, when you get really comfortable, you just slide right back. I'm like, yes. We fall backwards into what we are familiar with. This is why when you are rehearsing your new situation, it has not taken hold of you yet. So if you're sitting there and you're relaxed, you're going to go back to what you were because the new way is not yet set down. That's what happens. So if we pay attention to what we're doing, let's say, for instance, you're a teacher. Oh, let's say you're a teacher and you think you got some bad kids. Before you've left the house, you have already experienced that child in your mind's eye. of what you're going to have to say and how you're going to have to deal with their behavior. That's what you've done, right? You notice that? You've had a conversation in your head. Oh, Timmy's gonna be blah blah blah. You know, Timmy, what I tell you, Timmy, every single time before you get out of the car in the parking lot at the school, you've done told off Timmy, told him he was a bad boy. You already had that conversation. Now here's the thing: is he a bad boy? Because once you change your narrative of him, once you, it's okay, baby. Once you change the narrative, you start having different mental conversation, right? You start having a different mental conversation with that child. The child is going to change. And you will find that you didn't have to argue, you didn't have to fret, you didn't have to cuss anybody out. But you have to get up and do the mental work. Instead of arguing with the child in your mind's eye, how would you like to speak with them instead? How would you hear them responding to you in their different way, their new way? And most of all, how would it make you feel to know that you can walk into the classroom and not have to ball up your fists and take 4 deep breaths before you go in the door? But that'd feel good, wouldn't it? Whew, yes, it would. Yes, it would. So what do? You change your inner conversation to match. And here's the thing. When you change the inner conversation to match the new, you must remain faithful to it. So that when you're driving and you think of Timmy, you're not like, oh man, these kids. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you're doing. Because you see how you've gone back to the old way to complain about them near kids. Oh Lord. I trust that makes sense. It's the same thing with work. You dread going to work. Listen to the word dread. Ugh. The word itself. Right? Are you dreading even driving to work? This is what I'm saying. And then when you meet with a delay and you're late, oh man, why am I always late? Because of the mental conversation you're having. You wanted a profound reason? Oh, what are you saying, Angela? That I'm putting this traffic? Yes. And here's how you do it. You have got the cause within you, the mood. And so now that you're on the road, in that mood, you must encounter things on the road that facilitate that mood. You're not going out of your way. It's not like that. You change the mood of the situation. You change the mood of a situation. How does one change their mood? See, now remember, I'm not telling you to go out there and be happy. Remember, every skin to eat and a laugh, yes? That's not what I'm telling you to do. It has nothing to do with being happy. It has to do with what type of mood, what type of mental attitude do I want to have? Listen, you could be blue vex, angry then. Your ire could be up. Your feathers could be ruffled. But if you say, I don't want to feel that way, all right then, change your mood. Your mood. You don't want to be grumpy? What would you prefer? Just peaceful, truly just peaceful. And you just allow yourself. Bird watching will help you to shift the mood. Walking outside will help you to shift the mood. Reading will help you to shift the mood. Whatever you can do to shift the mood. You watch squirrels play. You watch cats play. You've lifted your mood. In other words, you've turned your attention towards something else. And this is why when you turn towards something else, you make it good, make it better than what you're presently experiencing. Why? So you'll stay. You got to make it worth your while. Because if the new situation you want to become is not beautiful to you, you're not going to stay there. Why do you think it's difficult for lovers to hang up the phone? No, you hang up. Oh, I love you more. No, you hang up. It looks childish, but it's showing you what we truly are like in our pattern. That which you enjoy, you want to spend time with. Do you not? It's as simple as that. Pardon me. So this beautiful Monday, what is your situation? Again, I don't need to know your business. I don't. What is the situation that you can see right now that's got you all sort of discombobulated, right? What is it? Just bring it to mind. See how it feels? It's not a very pleasant feeling, is it? Good, bad, or indifferent is not pleasant. Okay, you can clearly see what you are. Yes, what the problem is. What the present mood is. You can clearly see it. Right. What would you like it to become instead? But that's your question you have to answer. What do you want it to become instead? See, now once you answer that question, the question wasn't, do I have to be happy? I want to be happy 24/7. You can't. Notice that. You see what it makes you feel like? Now, when you shift your mood, I turn on music, I dance. I just want to put my mind somewhere else. Change the mood. That's it. And as you shift the mood, you'll begin to see in your mind's eye that new person you want to become. You're seeing it, and you're like, okay, this is it right here. Good. Now, there's something that you would be doing naturally to confirm for you that you are that new person. It's a type of inner conversation that you would be having if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. It's just that inner conversation you'd be having. When you have the right inner conversation, what do I mean? The one that makes you feel the best. See that one? Ooh, makes me feel good. Yeah, that's how you'll know, right? That you've changed your mood because the feeling on the outside will have changed as well. But you just can't change the mood today for 30 minutes, today for an hour. No, you have to walk in that mood day after day after day. Until when? Until you stop remembering to do it and you are just doing it. See? And here's your confirmation. It will feel some type of way to you that shows you, oh, wait, I was feeling so horrible. Now I'm feeling better. Great. That's your barometer. So now that the barometer is working, that is what you continually have in your head, that conversation. Whenever you remember, have the conversation. If that's how you do it, I would have a conversation. Because I talk a lot. Tee. But shh, don't tell nobody. That's what I would do, right? I would be having that inner dialogue. And we all have inner dialogue, inner conversations we have with ourselves. We do. So that's step 3. Constantly practice the inner conversation so that you stop practicing it and start living it. It's a natural progression. You will stop practicing and start living it. But it will become natural to you. And that's how you'll notice the difference between, wait, I'm not thinking about this thing anymore. I'm actually doing it. See, that's what it is. All day, every day, we do it. So if you catch yourself, you'll see, right? Instead of what most people try to do is to find a technique. Most people try to find a technique so that they can change their lives. Life is not a technique, y'all. Living is not a technique. It is not a technique. You can't say, well, I'm gonna do this subliminal messages. I'm gonna fall asleep with those. That'll change. That'll change me. I'm gonna drink this new thing. That'll change me. I'm gonna eat this that'll change me. No. It may change you for a moment or so. But it has no longevity to it. And you know what we get tired of doing? It's funny. We get tired of doing techniques. We get tired of doing techniques because we say, oh, nothing I try is working. Oh, the law doesn't work. I'm so fed up. Yeah, you are fed up with doing a technique. That's what you're fed up with. There's no need to be afraid of the quote unquote work. Why not? Because you will count it all joy. It's a very interesting thing if you pay attention. I learned how to play Emerton on the guitar. I do not play guitar, I'll tell you that. But I want to learn, right? I play by ear, and I found the chords, and that's how come I can play a particular song. Because I hear the notes mentally. I sing the note audibly. See, what I'm trying to tell you is it is all mental. It really is. And I said, oh yeah, Angela, I do want to learn to play. But you know what? I'm just not in love with it. It's just I guess when that desire gets stronger, I'll pick it up. But I did learn something very interesting. I said, okay, I do want to play. And I said to myself, what's the shortcut to learn how to play the guitar? I tell you, you keep looking for techniques, right? And all I heard was memorize the basics. You memorize the chords. But what do you memorize about the chords? How to play them. That's all you're doing. But why? So that when you memorize them, you can play them in any variation. It's not the technique that will get you. It is the desire to be. He's preening, if you can hear him. He's preening his feathers. So you see, it's not the technique that will help you to play the guitar. It is your love of it. So the love of living, the love of being is what will help you to recognize your pattern and how to change it. At every opportunity, my friends. So you see, it has nothing to do with the technique. The situation is not technique based. It isn't. The situation requires your observation. What am I doing? Why do I behave this way? Non-judgmental observation is what is required. And when you can clearly see what the problem is, the solution is right there with it. They materialize at the same time. Problem and solution. So what are you going to do today? You're going to feel defeated by your situation, or will you know that your situation is in the palm of your hand and you can change? I know, baby. Think about it and catch yourself, because you'll see. You'll recognize the inner conversations that you're having. And that inner conversation that you are absent-mindedly having is what is ruling you from the shadows. But applying the principles turns the light on. Remember when Lady Galadriel, I think it was, she gave Frodo that light? That's what the use of the law does. Illuminates any darkness of ignorance, or should I say nocience, of not knowing why you do something. See? So just pay attention. Yeah, but this person doesn't like me. That person doesn't like me. Wait, remember, we like what we like based upon what? Our mood. So depending on their mood, they may or may not like you. It's just their mood. It's not you. You're not the one. They are. They're looking through the lens of something. So if ever somebody says, me not like you, it's not about you. So pay attention to yourself and don't take it personal. It's just one of them days. Ow, I couldn't help myself. So I trust today that your situation, I trust that today your situation, you will put it into perspective. Let's welcome everyone who's here while that percolates in your spirit. The better man. Howdy. I see you. Yoda Green. But you know what? There's also somebody else there too. They've not made themselves known in the chat like you have. So I know there's other people there. Yoda Green, I see you in these Twitter streets. Who's on fan base this morning? Oh, it's so bright I have to squint because I don't have my glasses on. KZ, hi girl. I see you, Surreal. I see you, Ray Ray. And there were some other people here too this morning. But you know how it is. Thank you all for being here this glorious day. Because the reminder is ever there. The reminder is ever there. You just pay attention. Pay attention to what you are doing and saying. And you will clearly see where your thoughts are coming from. I can hear the rain against my window. Take your time. Just take your time. If you need more elaboration than that, slide into my DMs and let me know. But that's as simple as it is. So, Angela, if it's so simple, why is everybody else not doing it? Well, it's not that everybody else is not doing it. They are doing it. They just don't know that they are. They're just going through the motions of life, not truly living. Because remember, to truly live, you comprehend that the principles are running the show. And then you adjust accordingly. Right? That's what it is. You want the best result. That's why I say, when you start practicing applying the principles on a daily basis, you don't wait for a situation. No, because you know that you call forth the situation. The situation comes through you. Right? So take your time and observe yourself. And remember not to take offense. Oh, believe me, I know. Sometimes you can't take offense faster than me. Oh, what? But remember, we all do it. We all do it. That's how we live our lives, by way of those principles. You will always know. You'll always know that you exist. You'll always know that you are. And now that you know that you are, what do you want to become? Oh, oh, you scared me a little bit. But he gonna crow. Hold on, y'all. Get the first one out, and then I'll put you on the floor. Come on. Brace, brace. All right, let mommy move you. People need their eardrums, baby. Come, 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 come. Oh, my sugar bunny. You my little sugar snickles. Yes, I know, baby. You didn't even give me a chance to put you on the ground. Say you singing. Here you go, sugar. Here you go. Here you go. Good boy. Good boy. He's ready. That's my cue. That's my cue to get the chime. So when you hear the chime this morning and chicken, when you hear the chime this morning, you bring your situation to mind. You sing it, baby, I know. Best song in the world. But when you hear the chime and chicken this morning, you bring your situation to mind. And as you have you brought your situation to mind, recognize the mental conversation that goes with that situation. And then decide what other mental conversation you would prefer to have. And that new one is the one you entertain. But you must be faithful in your entertaining. Because in due time, it will become like second nature to you. And you will have changed your life. Now, chime and chicken. Countdown initiated. 4, 3, 2. Come on, Pookie, get the last one. Thank you all for being here on this glorious Monday. Go forth into the world and recognize what you are doing. And know that you are the one with the capacity and the power to change. And we will see you tomorrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Fanbase. Okay. And he did say, have a good day. He did. I heard him with these two ears. I heard him. Peace out, y'all. Peace out.